U.S. Marines assigned to Marine Light Attack Helicopter Squadron, HMLA-369, Marine Aircraft Group 39, 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing. The DWS is remotely operated and incorporates a gunner station, targeting sensor, and the GAU-17 minigun. Designed to provide suppressive defensive fire, proficiency with this weapon system increases the readiness for the Marines of VMM-268. HMLA-369 fired GAU-21, A-50 caliber machine guns and GAU-17 7.62 miniguns on San Clemente Island to showcase their operability in an environment. With the introduction of U.S. helicopters into the modern battlefield, the M61 system was redesigned and scaled down for use as a helicopter weapon system. Called the M134, this new weapon was similar to the M61A1 but fired a much smaller 7.62mm caliber gun. Capable of firing 6,000 rounds per minute, the M134 was used on a number of helicopters, such as the V-22 Osprey, UH-1, OH-6 Cayuse, and AH-1 Cobra, as well as the AC-47 gunship. The M134 GAU-17 Vulcan cannon is a 6-barreled, air-cooled medium machine gun, primarily used as a fire suppression weapon on U.S. military aircraft. This so-called Gatling design relies on an electric motor to drive the barrel, resulting in a rate of fire of up to 6,000 rounds per minute. It is used on various rotor wing aircraft in the door gunner position and is used by the U.S. Navy on riverboats and special operations watercraft. Marine Air Ground Task Force PMA 234 Electronic Weapons Team Chief Bill Mellon said standard externally mounted pods were not an option because the MV-22 tilt rotor aircraft lacks a traditional wing station for mounting podded payloads. The enhanced AN/ALQ-231 V4 IT2 system design consists of a payload mounted on a roll-on, roll-off rack controlled by a laptop in the aircraft cabin. It too is an on-demand precision EW weapon system designed to provide the Marine Corps' fixed-wing and rotary-wing aircraft with an organic, distributed, and networked EW payload that can be controlled from the cockpit or by ground operators. The V4 system design will include progressive enhancements, leveraging off-the-shelf government and commercial technologies and jamming techniques that will enable the Marine Corps to keep pace with evolving threats on the battlefield and provide the adaptability necessary to enable future iterations of potential frequency coverage and advanced capabilities, Mellon said. Following successful integration on the MV-22B, the IT2 team will further expand the V4 design to include counter-radar capabilities on the KC-130J aircraft, with the expectation of leveraging many of the MV-22 technologies, including the in-cabin rack-mounted payload design, Mellon said. IT4 is scheduled to begin fleet deliveries for the MV-22B in fiscal year 2023 to achieve initial operating capability by the end of FY24, with the goal of a total inventory of 42 systems. IT-1 is flown on the AV-8B Harrier, F-18 Super Hornet, and KC-130J aircraft, while IT-3 is flown on the UH-1Y Huey helicopter. The AEA Systems Program Office is responsible for acquiring, fielding, and sustaining AEA systems that provide combatant commanders with EW capabilities critical to operational mission success. Before anyone else, Systems has begun developing a remote-controlled weapon system for the V-22 Osprey. This system is called Remote Guardian. The resulting solution is a defensive weapon system that provides 360-degree coverage through retractable, remotely operated weapons that compensate for platform movement. The goal is to provide the Osprey with effective defensive armament when approaching a hot landing zone. The MV-22 typically has a 7.62mm M240 machine gun pintle mounted on a rear-facing ramp as its sole armament. The Remote Guardian system is a retractable, underbelly-mounted add-on. The system has two turrets, a cannon turret with a 7.62mm minigun and a FLIR-type sight turret in front. The system is controlled by a screen and a PlayStation-style hand controller.